Hello everyone, it is your DJ for life, and I am coming to you from South Dakota, Murdo, South Dakota, off of exit 192, and going to show you the Pioneer Auto Museum here today. Behind me you can see that there is kind of the mascot vehicle for this place, and it is, I believe, a Nash Ambassador that you see on like all of the signs. And then this used to be a drivable car, but is not anymore because the guy said they tried to make a portable welder, if I remember him correctly, and put it in this, and then since then it hasn't really worked. I guess I'm not quite sure what he had, what they were thinking with a portable welder. But yes, as you can see here, it is a Nash. I just don't know if it is an Ambassador or not. From what I looked up, it kind of looked like that. And also, before you go in, you'll see where it has the Pioneer Auto. It says, "Welcome to the Big Show," and the Big Variety Show. It says, come visit us. And this place is famous now. It was started by A.J. Dick Geisler back in 1954 is when it originally opened. In 1950, he had bought a gas station, Phillips 66, and noticed that it was a busy corner. And so he started to put classic cars and vintage cars in the parking lot for people to see. And over the years, the next few years, he amassed a larger collection. So him and his sons decided to open up the museum, and that is kind of where we are with it at today. He passed away in 1973 and his family took over. So let's go ahead and take a look inside and see what we got. And then right over here we have an elephant sculpture made out of kind of a hodgepodge of farm equipment here. That's forever kind of looping or filtering water here. Kind of a neat little thing before you go on inside that you can check out. Here is when you first come in to the Pioneer Auto Museum. You get greeted by the piano, and then you have the 1902 Oldsmobile. Originally priced at $650, which by today's standards would be really cheap. Oh, and don't forget here the Lady Saver vacuum, which is over 100 years old. Whew. They sure have came a long way since then. And here is the General Lee, which when I was here before, they were able to sound the horn. So actually I'll go see if they can do it again. Yep. Awesome, thank you. No problem. So there you have it. There is the sound of the General Lee. And I know there's more General Lees around, but this is one of them. And here is the Trans Am from Smokey and the Bandit from 1977. Special edition package. And here is Old Woody. Gives a new meaning to having wood. And then there's that guy in there who kind of reminds me of Jed Clampett from Beverly Hillbillies. I know it's not him, but just for some reason kind of reminds me of that. And over here we have some Dale Earnhardt race car. This one is, it says 1936 Chevy race car, was used for the ESPN movie number 3. This car was produced for movie purposes only and not racing. There's Dale himself and his and over here we have Richard Petty. (1950) Mercury Club Coupe on James Dean Drive. Says very desirable model made famous by James Dean. And here is a 1953 Packard Caribbean. Says it's very rare. There's only 750 made, 180 horsepower, and cost of $5,200 brand new, which back then was quite a bit. I mean, still quite a bit now, but not for a brand new car. Here's the Woody wagon. Says that it cost new about $4,000 and only about 360 of them made. Nice. And a Chevy convertible. Alright, and then as you come in here, it looks like we have some pipes. It says Grandpa's Pipes. And then here is Bill Haley's comment. And then here is Bill Haley's Comets, which must have been some sort of famous band. I haven't really heard of them, but. And we'll continue. We have some Star Wars characters. I'm honestly not very into Star Wars, so I don't know all the characters, to be honest. And I feel like I should know the names of these. But leave comments down below for the names of all these ones here, if you know them all. Then we have different fire engines, firefighter there, and down here we have a few smaller ones. And then here we can watch the elves at work. Let's go ahead and watch them work. So here we have the guy that says, I cut the wood. And then here we have the guy that says, I planed the wood. There he is, planing, except he's not doing much of a job at it. Then here we have the guy that says, I drill the holes. And looks like he's drilling, or moving stuff around at least. And here we have the guy that says, I drive the nails. There he is, just hammering away. And lastly, we got this guy that says he paints the toys. Good job, buddy. And here we can see them all at work. And up top here, we have some old school lunch boxes that kind of line the way. And they actually line up all over on this side too. Ah, Pac-Man. And then over here we have a different assortment of toys. Bunch of model cars, toy cars that are here. Got Betty Boop, one of my favorites as a kid. I love that cartoon. Have some Oriental dolls here. Oh, not those ones, but the other ones were. Little horse and band set up. And then down here, a few kind of assortment of things here. Kind of a hodgepodge of things. Doesn't seem to have one specific theme. And then here is an old retro pinball machine. Definitely looks very rudimentary. And here we have a 1950s Disney display. We have Mickey and Donald and Pluto back there. I think that's Chip or Dale. I don't know the difference necessarily between the two. And Goofy, I think that's Porky, and Felix the Cat. If I'm getting those. Felix the Cat and Porky, I guess, to be honest, I'm not sure if it's Disney or if it's Warner Brothers. So I might be wrong on the names on those ones. And here you can take a picture in the love bug. Where are we headed? Are we there yet? Here we have some funny mirrors, which this one kind of distorts you and make you look a little shorter and wider. This one here, not really sure what it does. It just kind of really distorts you quite a bit. And then this one here has you standing up, and right on top, you upside down, and your head's touching. And here we have another machine where we can watch them do something. So let's go ahead and see what these guys do. We got the caterpillar here just jamming out, and that guy playing air guitar, it looks like. And then that guy over there could have been petting his dog, but his dog is way over there. So I guess not. She's jamming out to something while that old guy is having the time of his life. And this guy is paddling the canoe, probably on a romantic river cruise right here. And we got Pinocchio over there with his fishing rod. Wonder what he's trying to catch. And then don't want to forget the little cat in the back, having catnip maybe. And we got that person here just I'm not sure really what they're doing. Something with the horse probably. But not a bad deal. Bring your quarters, like I said, and you can enjoy some of these. 1970 Plymouth Superbird. Cost about $4,300 new. Sweet Dodge Viper. And we have Jar Jar, one of the Star Wars characters that I didn't know the name of up there. But, of course, I do know Yoda. Could definitely not know Yoda, even if you aren't into Star Wars. And here is Batman's vehicle. Scaled down, of course, but you could still maybe ride it. I'm not sure if it's actually operational. I don't think I'll fit in there anyway. we have an assortment of buildings. Quite a few to look through, actually. And we won't get them all, but we'll look at some of the important ones. So in here we have antique archaeology, which you probably recognize from American Pickers. And this is one of the vehicles that you see in some of the episodes. And it says, "Welcome Mike and Frank. Pioneer Auto will be closed Thursday, August 11th for the American Pickers filming. Pioneer Hallmark will be open." Ironically, today is August 11th and it is a Wednesday, so obviously this was a few years ago here. And the type of vehicle is a Mini Comtesse, or Comtesse, if I'm saying it right. I'm not quite sure. Produced for 10 years from 1974 to 84. And driven by Danielle on the TV show. And over here we have Elvis, which we have a little mannequin of him. And this is not his motorcycle. It is a 1947 Indian Chief. The actual Elvis motorcycle that was here before was auctioned off a couple years ago, apparently, and this is where it sat, but no longer is here. However, this is a cool motorcycle in its place. And for all you honeymooners out there, you can come here and get your picture with Just Married. What a way to spend your honeymoon. And it's right next to the church that they have set up. Got a nice piano over there, altar where the priest would stand. And it says enrollment of 47, attendance 43. Kind of a history of the attendance there. Record of 75. Huh. And we can ring the bell. Oh. Ding dong. Church has started. And if the other spot is already taken and getting pictures with people on their honeymoon, you can come over here and get your picture just as well. What a happy couple. And here we have a stone buffalo. Glad it's stoned and not a real one. And in here we have some older tractors, antique tractors. I don't know what years they're from or anything. Not very well versed on farm equipment, but as you can tell, they're definitely old. And we have an eagle just hanging out here. It says Case. Or it looks like Case on there. Which up here confirms that it is Case. So if I would have looked, I would have seen that right away. I don't know if it's the same as the Case IH company or anything, if that's the start of it, but it very well could be. And here is a behemoth of a tractor. It says here, it's a 1920 Altman Taylor, 30 to 60 horsepower, kerosene fueled. Let's just take a look at the front here. If you have, I think it's tryptophobia, if I'm remembering right, the fear of holes. Sorry, but that's apparently what they had back in the day. And look at this massive tire. Or wheel, I guess you can't even call it a tire, but it's bigger than me. So this is me. It is wider than my arm span, which, you know, isn't much. I'm a short guy, about 5'6" or so, and I can barely reach the top here. But it is definitely a massive tire. Or wheel. I keep calling it a tire. I know it's not a tire because obviously I don't think you're going to find a tire that big. Here's a 1969 AMC Rambler, kind of like the hood scoop on there, coming out. Rebel machine, 1970. And then here, this is just a newer Mustang. It's Ford remodeled the Mustang into a great car for Dave's personal car. And here's one that kind of reminds me, at least on the front, of the one that Steve Urkel drove. His was a BMW Isetta, and he drove that one around all the time. But this one obviously isn't the same. It even has like a little bed of a truck in the back there. I'm not sure what kind this one is, but if you know, leave a comment down below. And if we take a look in here, we have an old gas station set up here. We have another place where if you have some quarters, you can see them in action. But unfortunately, I don't have any quarters right now. And we got that guy greeting us and saying, "Hey, you want some motor oil?" And a little old ringer that they had. They still have them at car wash machines. Well, they still have them at car wash bays. And then over here, we have an old Super 8 motel set up. It says, "Cozy cabins of 1920, $1 per night, bring your own blankets." Let's take a look inside. So we got a stove over there, a bathtub. This one says bathtub used in the movie Dances with Wolves, which in my other video at 1880 Town, we did see a foldable bathtub as featured on the American Pickers TV show. Then we got a mattress here, and over there says people go on vacation to forget things, and when they get there, they find out they did forget things. Pretty cool setup. Now we're walking into an old, what looks like kitchen and appliances here. Kind of a tight squeeze in here. But here's an old washing machine. Oh my goodness. They sure have came away since then. Other sorts of washing machines here. I believe that's what this one was as well. Got a ringer right there. Huh. And here's a rare squirrel barrel churn, which kind of is weird, I think. Can't really see inside of it. And I'm not sure if it was called a squirrel barrel because squirrels powered it, or if maybe that's just the name of it. My guess is it's just the name of it, because I couldn't imagine catching enough squirrels to power that. And laundry, only 10 cents a load in this. Not a bad deal. And here we have some old cameras. Could you imagine lugging this around to record YouTube videos? Would have to be very dedicated. And here we have the 1906 jail. See what jail was like in 1906. Ooh, this guy's still here. Looks like the sheriff. Howdy, Sheriff. Think your jailers escaped. We don't have anyone in here. Oh. Ooh, these beds are not very forgiving. Don't do the crime if you don't want to do the time, as they say, and that'd be quite the deterrent right there. And here is the Isetta that I was talking about earlier when I was looking at the one vehicle that reminded me of Steve Urkel's car. But here it is, a 1958 BMW Isetta. Says it looks like a three-wheeler, but it's a narrow rear track four-wheeler. A later model came with a wider track and side doors. Not sure what your Steve Urkel's was, but here is an early version of it, at least, where the door opens in the front. And in case you are a superhero and need to change real quick, here is a telephone booth right next to the Isetta. And here, if you want to get your picture taken with General Lee, or with you and a friend riding the General Lee, you can. Let's go ahead and get the photo. Well, in this case, a video. Where are we headed, guys? I'm not sure. I thought you were going to tell us where we're going. I think we're lost. And let's take a look here in the general store. See what kind of stuff we got going on. Oh man, a lot of different things. I have some wool gloves up there. We got a husband trainer, also known as a rolling pin. See if I can get a better shot of that there. There we go. Got ice tongs over there. Bunch of different stuff here, quite the assortment. And here we have an 1800s wooden milk pail. Bring milk until the cows come home. 1800 wooden feed shovel. And different mannequins here. Potbelly stove. Kind of like a potbelly pig. And of course, got to ring up everything. So we got an old cash register here. Boing. Nope, doesn't work. But sits upon this stove right here, where maybe you can cook up a breakfast. All right, so there you have it. There is our tour of the Auto Museum here in Murdo, South Dakota. And if you like, come check it out. It's not too bad. It's about $12.50, I think it is, for the entrance. And then if you go on their website and just see the coupon they have, you get $1 off. So yeah, why not? And I like the cars. Not all of them, obviously, are in mint shape or anything. Some of them are pretty rusty or dusty, and some of the different attractions have some dust on it, but it's kind of one of those feels that you'd expect. Gives that classic look and feel to some of the stuff here. I hope you enjoyed this adventure, and if you want, check out some of my other videos. I've done some from Wyoming and from Kansas, and some of the different attractions in those areas. Did a Buffalo Bill Museum of the West, or Center of the West video, and another one in Kansas with the Orphan Train Museum. So hopefully you get a chance and check those out. And thank you for joining, and until the next adventure, have a good one.